Assalamu alaikum, dear parents and students. Welcome to our week 6 of distant learning. I hope everyone is doing great and keeping themselves safe. We'll start with our subject English. The name of our story is Luke Goes to Bat, and our skill is vocabulary. We will focus on vocabulary today. Let's start with our presentation. The first part is we will start with warming up. Our essential question is, why is it important to keep trying even when something is hard to do? Amazing. So it is very important to keep trying, because if you don't try, you will never know what things that you are capable of, what things that you can actually do. And trying something, practice is a very powerful tool that we have in our hands, and no one can take that away from you. So the more you practice, the more you keep on trying, the better you will get at things. It might be hard at the beginning, but it will be really, really easy at the end of it. So this story, Luke Goes to Bat, is written by Rachel Isadora. It is a realistic fiction. Now, my question is, who can tell me what is realistic fiction? Mashallah, amazing critical thinkers. So a realistic fiction is made up story. It is not real, but it can happen to people because it has real problems inside it. So real people have real life problems. In this story, there is no animals which can speak, there is no magic going on, there is no fairy tale story. It is a story about a boy and the problem that happens to him, and this problem is something which can happen to anyone. So this story, that's why it's called realistic fiction. Now let's go to our learning intention. I will be able to read, identify, and list the target vocabulary words. So you will be able to read the word, identify its meaning, and list the target vocabulary words. Now, what are we learning about? We are going to learn about Luke Goes to Bat story. We will practice recognizing the vocabulary in our reading and look at how to use them in a proper way in our writing and speaking. When we learn new vocabulary words, we should start using them in our speaking and our writing to make our English language much better. Let's start with our learning journey and go through the learning pit. So as a learner, whenever we are faced with a new learning, we always have a challenge. We will find ourselves inside the learning pit. We will be confused, sad, we will find it really, really hard. To feel like this way is perfectly fine, but you need to overcome those feelings. You need to tell yourself, I will try my best. I will practice. I will keep on practicing even if I fail, even if I do it wrong, even if my answers are wrong. I will keep on practicing because I will learn from my mistakes. I will learn from feedback, giving feedback and receiving feedback. I will learn from working with our group, working with the teacher, and that's how you will find yourself outside the learning pit and successful by achieving your learning intention. Now, our vocabulary words are, the first one is practice. Practice is to do an activity often. Often means to do it more than once or twice, to become better at it. We do it so you become better at something. That's why we do practice. Extra means more of anything. Do you have extra pencils with you? Yes, I have. Hurried is to do something very quickly. I was in a very hurry to reach the bus station. So she hurried and ran to the car. Curb is the edge of the road. So the edge of a road, we call it curb. Position is the place where something or someone is. Where is the position of your playground? My playground is between Dubai Mall and metro station. So this is the position where something is placed, where someone or something is placed. If you want to know the position, the location of something. Cheered is to shout and show happiness. To show happiness, that's how we cheer. Remember when we had our football match between the two classes, and the girls were sitting and cheering for all the boys of our grade who were playing football. So the girls cheered for the boys. So this is how we cheer. In our class, when we are reading about Mr. Broccoli, we cheer for each other, for their success, for what they have done with Mr. Broccoli. So here our next word is roared. Roared is to shout in a very powerful voice. The lion roared at me yesterday. So the lion shouted in a very powerful voice, roared. Final is last, the last thing. What was the final exam about? What was our last exam about? So it means the example, I can say the final day of school, the last day of school. It means last. Now let's do one of this activity. So our vocabulary practice words are extra, final, curb, cheered. Let's do number 1. Do you have an dash pencil? Which word should I use? Cheered, curb, final, or extra? Amazing! Do you have an extra pencil? Well done. Let's go look at the second activity. Let's look at the second word. The tiger. The tiger hurried, practice, positions, or roared. Excellent, brilliant. The tiger roared. Let's go to the next activity. Write the word that goes with the meaning. Position, practice, curb, extra. More of something. Brilliant thinking. Extra. The edge of the road. Mashallah, curb. Where someone is supposed to be. Fantastic. Position. To do an action often so you get better at it is practice. Well done. Please clap for yourself for getting the right answers. Now let's go to our self-assessment and feedback. A good learner always self-assess themselves and give feedback and receive feedback. So you need to ask yourself where you started in the beginning of the lesson, where are you now, what knowledge have you acquired, and what is your next target? What will you do with this knowledge? How can you learn more by acquiring the meaning of these vocabulary words? Now, how you will learn more and get more knowledge on above this knowledge. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask your teachers, and we will see you again with another video.